What's going on, everybody? John Eric Poli here with My MMA News, and this guy that's on the screen here with me that looks a lot like me. No, he's not my cousin, even though we do look a lot alike. We just go with that now because we do look so much alike. But pleased to be joined by Mickey Gall. Mickey, of course, is fighting this weekend at UFC 273 against Mike Malott. Mickey, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Always great catching up with you.
Bro, why'd you just blow that up? I thought we had a thing going where we tell everyone we're cousins. You just blew that up. You just buried the lead, bro.
All right, fine. Fine. We are related. How about that?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. We like to keep it real. It's all right.
Well, no, we do look a lot alike, but we're brothers from another mother. How about that? Does that sound better? Can we go with that one?
I'm still going cousins.
No, all right, we're going to go with cousins. From here on out, we'll just going to stick with it from here on out. We're cousins.
Like you got, when you're from Jersey, you got like uncles that aren't really your uncle, but you call them like Uncle Steve, Uncle Mark, you know what I mean? So like, and their kids are my cousins. It's not blood, but it's like, it's the next best thing. It's
kind of like when Polly Walnuts was going to Meadow's boyfriend, and he's like, you take my niece Meadow out for a nice dinner on her Uncle Polly, even though they're not related there. Picking up.
Exactly. It was from your Uncle Polly.
So there we go. We're picking up, we're putting down now. So anyway, Mickey, a lot of good things to talk about here, though. A lot going on since the last time that we talked. You're now changed training camps. You're down in South Florida at Sanford MMA. What a big move for you, man. It's great seeing you down there at a big gym like that. Just talk a little bit about the decision to make this move down to South Florida and kind of how this gym's been helping you out over the last few months.
Well, I came down. I was invited by Henry Hoof to come down, and when he said that, I was like, I'd be an idiot not to take advantage of that. He's a legend, guy I have a lot of respect for. I got down, I got a one-way ticket, and I was like, maybe I'll do a week, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. After 2 days of training there, I was like, I have to stay here. Like, it's what's best for me, best for my career. I'd be doing myself a disservice just going back to Jersey and, rocking kind of the way I was. So I made the decision. I got a place down here now. I'll always be back in Jersey. That's my home. But for the time being, like I need to spend the majority of my time here, down in Florida with Sanford.
And of course, too, right? We all know that gym has some of the best coaches in the world, and you were just saying there too, right? First few days of practice, man, you knew it was the spot you had to be, and we know that you have a great skill set, right? You're a high-level ground guy. We've done a few interviews now where we've been talking about how you've been evolving on the feet. I can only imagine what it's got to be like now working down there with those guys. So it's pretty much, I would say, like kind of like sharpening tools that you already had pretty much. And just talk about how the coaches have kind of been able to take your skill set and kind of build upon what you've been building on the last few years.
It's been tremendous, man. It's, I can't say enough good things about that gym. Like, the gym is like a family environment, and I felt that right away. And with all the coaches are very cohesive. They all work together. It's not like some gyms where jiu-jitsu coach like do jiu-jitsu, striking coach just got to strike, wrestling coach got to wrestle. Everybody's working together, and it's like a family environment. It's very unique to anything I've been around besides for my home gym at Gracie, New Jersey. And man, I've leveled up tremendously. I've evolved and leveled up tremendously. Working with great coaches like Henry Hoof, Jason Strout, Nick Lenz, Dieter Navarro, Greg Jones. The list just goes on and on. It's a great team. There's great training partners. Like the best training partners in the world. You name a better 170 room, I'll wait. You know what I mean? I don't think you can name one. We got great 55ers and 85ers. The 70-pound class is deep. On this card with me is going to also be two of my teammates, Ian Gary and Gilbert Burns. So we've all been camping together, training with all the studs at the gym, and man, it's a great environment. I'm just really happy. I'm very happy down here. It's nice being in Florida. I could throw a rock to the ocean where I live. I like me. I'm a Jersey Shore boy, so that it feels like home, and everything is everything, and everything is beautiful.
And the big thing, too, right, that I was going to actually ask what you kind of hit it on there, but just working with those guys, like you were saying, right? I mean, it has to be so much beneficial. I mean, obviously you had a lot of killers in your old gym back in Jersey, but you were kind of the top dog there. Now being down there, like, you have a question about, I don't know, something on the ground. You go over to Gilbert Burns, who's fantastic on the ground. You want to talk about, maybe how to anticipate things with the brawl. Michael Chandler works down there. You have so many just great guys all down there. Just what's that experience like too? Just not only from a coaching standpoint, but just be able to have your teammates to go over and kind of pick their brain and see how they move and see how they do different things because they've been competing at such a high level for a long time.
Yeah, it's nice being around like a lot of like peers and people who are better than you at stuff, and like I'm able to I'm able to learn every day. I get to train with great guys, and just cool dudes too. Like we get competitive, we can get mean and get after it on the rounds, but then after it's all love, and that's the way like a team's supposed to be. We're all pushing each other, with no malintent, nothing malicious. Just we're fighters. We're got to be some of the most competitive people in the world. So we're gonna get after it, and we take care of each other too, and we're it's great. I got a tremendous push. It's real no easy rounds. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you look around that gym, you see the guy right there. He's gonna be someone good. He's gonna be either in the UFC and Bellator, or gonna be in one of those soon, or in some ONE FC. There's just the list goes on and on. I can sit here and list fighters all day out of this gym, and I might, but you know what I mean. I figure you got some stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah, man. The one other thing I want to ask about with training too, before we kind of get into some other stuff here. Obviously, we talked about the gym back there, how there was a lot of good guys in there. You're a Jersey guy at heart. You're still gonna be going back to Jersey. Are you still going to work out with those guys when you go back there and kind of help them? Because you were big with that. We used to talk, too, about, like, the different regional fighters you had in your gym. You'd always be at those different events cheering them on. Do you plan on bringing some of this high-level skill set from South Florida back to Jersey with you?
Of course. Yeah, that's not even a question. It's surprised you'd ask. Like, of course, those are my brothers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the big brother. I'm the team captain, and I'm going down here to better myself and also, better all of them. Like, what's best for all my Jersey brothers are very supportive because they understand what's best for me is what's best for them. And, I want it all because I want to, give it all back away, So, yeah, those are my brothers. Like, this doesn't change anything. They know what it is. They're all happy for me. They recognize that I got to go be around, people like me, people of my caliber, people at my level. So they're all very supportive, and of course, those guys. It changes nothing between us as far as me and them are concerned. It's just a little time and space. You know what I mean? Like, of course, when I'll be back in May, I gotta move some stuff out of my place there, and move some stuff down to Florida, and I'll be up at the gym, and I'll be leveling them up the same way I'm getting leveled up.
Awesome, man. You're always very great teammates, all those guys, and I'm glad it's still a brotherhood there. And now I do want to get a little specifics here for Fight Night here. Just talk about Mike a little bit as an opponent. I know he's making his debut. He got that contract in the Contender Series recently there. Just what do you know about him, and have you seen anything out of him from being able to study any film or anything so far?
Yeah, he's kind of similar to me. There's no one like me. But he has similar intangibles, so to speak. Like he can he can grapple. He likes to strike. We can do it all. Some tough white boys, and it's I have respect for him. I took the fight sight unseen. Like they offer me a fight, I'm in there. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like I don't run from anybody, and this also he's a tough guy, but this isn't a guy I have to think to run from either. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a good fight. We're the same age, but I'm the vet in there. It's him, welcome to the show, kid. You know what I mean? Like, this is my 11th UFC fight. I've been here. I've been doing this. He's a tough kid. Seems like a nice kid. Has some talent, but, I'm going to beat his ass.
So right before we came on air here, right, I'm doing some editing work, and while I'm waiting for something to send through the Final Cut program that I used to edit, I'm scrolling through MMA Twitter, and somebody actually shared this, kid you not, Mickey. It was a quote from an interview he did, and he said that he's going to be your toughest opponent you've ever faced. I mean, that's kind of a bold statement, I would say, considering how many guys you've now fought in the UFC and the high-level guys that you fought in the UFC. Just, do you have any reactions to that? Because I thought that was like to be fair, a ludicrous statement to make like that.
No, I don't think that's a ludicrous statement. That's exactly what he should believe. That's exactly what he should believe. I'm not surprised by that at all. Like I said, man, we're fighters. If you didn't believe you could do this, why would you sign the paper? And if it was easy, everyone would do it.
That's
you know what I mean.
No, you're 100%.
If it was easy, everyone would do it. But it's not, and that's what makes it sweet. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna make it sweet. That's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah, that's why we all sign up to go ahead and watch you guys fight, because it's always great seeing what you guys do inside the octagon. I mean, all the athletes. I didn't mean any disrespect by that statement either. I just found it from just being a guy making his UFC debut, fighting a guy that's had so many fights in the UFC. I just thought it was a odd statement, but he's a confident guy, and you're a confident guy yourself as well there. But I do want to ask you now, it's your last fight on the UFC. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, no, you don't need to apologize. I'd be surprised if he said I'm the third toughest guy he's fighting. Then I'd be like, what? Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
No, I understand there, but I do want to ask too, right? Last fight on the UFC contract there, just kind of your thoughts as you go into this fight here, and obviously the plan is to hopefully re-sign with the promotion there, but any pressures to having one last fight on the contract?
No, nothing more than normal. I've been here. I've been here. I've gone through contracts before. It's no extra pressure. It's just I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna enjoy it. I've done this walk 10 times. I've done this dance, and I'm just excited to get back in front of the crowd. It's gonna bring me to life. I'm just excited. I'm excited to walk in that gladiator pit and do what I love. Do what I dreamed of, and it's So yeah, no. There's you always want to win and stuff, but like putting that stuff on you, like that don't help you. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. I'm just gonna go out there and be me, and if I'm me being me is more than good enough to beat this kid.
And so we opened today's interview, right, talking about some changes as you move down there to South Florida. But there's also another change, too, that's not fight-related. You're now doing a podcast. So that's awesome, man. Really happy that you're doing that. Talk a little bit about the podcast and kind of how this whole entire thing got started and how you've been liking doing it so far.
So, the new podcast is called the MGGM Show. It's myself, Mickey Gall, and Gerard Michaels. So I'm the MG, he's the GM. And it's great. He's a traveling comedian, really smart, thoughtful guy, funny as hell. And it's fun. We have a good rapport. We talk. We just talk real stuff. We talk. It's funny, but we also talk hit on some heavier stuff too. And it's cool stuff. And I hope you've been watching, bro. I hope you're subscribed. Yeah. I hope you're hearing what we have to say. We caught a lot of heat in the first episode, or I caught a lot. Actually,
I was gonna.
You know about this?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, right when you were like, "Oh, have you been watching?" Yes, I have been watching, and it was very hard to miss. I was gonna say your very first episode when all I saw all over social media was that you said you would fuck Bruce Lee up. Were you surprised that took off like that and that it went viral the way how it did?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought people were smarter than that. I thought that was awesome.
I was gonna say it's very realistic that you would beat him up.
Say again?
It's very realistic that you would beat Bruce Lee up. I'm surprised that people were so shocked by that too.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, anyone who is educated in this game or has a right to an opinion would understand that. I'm almost 100 pounds heavier, almost a foot taller, and it's just game evolution. Like Bruce Lee himself said, someone with wrestling and Western boxing could defeat him in a fight.
Well, you got it. You have it.
Those I got a whole bunch more. I got Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu, and I read the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, and I wasn't saying it disrespectfully. Like, I think that was the thing that really pissed people off, was like, I had to counter. He was almost like, "You beat Bruce Lee." I was like, "Yes, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's a stupid question." And and I'm not saying I'm special. Like, I know hundreds of other people who would too. You know what I mean? There's probably some high school wrestlers who could. You know what I mean? Who just do that. But whatever. It's yeah, it was funny. I was definitely surprised. People just saw a clip and were like, "You're doing this for clout." I was like, "This is a conversation." You know what I mean? Like, it was just funny. It was just funny. No, I had no idea it was going to take off like that. But yeah, there's a lot of Bruce Lee stands out there, man. There's a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. He's a legend. I guess I could see how me saying it, like the way, how emphatically and confidently I was like, yes, I would fuck him up. And like, I could see how it could touch a nerve, but whatever. They're sensitive. People are sensitive. It was funny. I thought it was funny.
Well, the world is just sensitive anymore. So no matter what you say, you're probably going to offend somebody with some kind of statement. But I was going to ask, are there any other celebrities that you could beat up?
How much time you got, buddy?
As long as you want to talk, you start listing those names off.
Well, you know what? That's there's yeah, of course, pretty much everyone. Well, which one? Well,
here's the one I was always confused with. I obviously my whole life growing up, right? And you're probably the same age, so you probably heard all the Chuck Norris jokes growing up there about how Chuck Norris would kick everybody's ass. Is Chuck Norris like a Bruce Lee kind of like what's his background? The Chuck Norris, obviously he's an alpha male, he's a cool dude, but like I see Chuck Norris going beating the fuck out of people.
I think he did some competition. I think he did like some like kickboxing, like or karate or something competition. I'm not super familiar with his resume, but like it's actually funny because there is a little history with when I was about to fight Sage. I was like it was like the fight week, and the UFC media team stuck my face in front of Twitter and was like and like they're asking me like questions, like random questions, and they were like, if you could fight anybody, dead or alive, who would you fight? And my answer was I would fight Bruce Lee and The Rock because I'm big fans of both of them, and I would fuck both of them up. Like, this is something I've been saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess, and I mean, what? I've only gotten better since then, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
So I don't know. For whatever reason, it touched a nerve, and I'm here for. I was eating my popcorn and looking at the comments, laughing my ass off. Like, look at these silly people. They don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it was just funny. So, that's all.
So before I let you go, and one last thing with that whole topic there was, first off, thanks for letting me with Chuck Norris too, because I didn't realize that he had a big martial arts background. I figured he was just kind of like a karate guy. I realized he was like actually competing at kickboxing and whatnot. But The Rock, interesting take there. He's a Florida guy. Have you guys ever? And he's a UFC fan. Have you ever run into The Rock anywhere?
Never run into him, but like when I put out. So Ray, check this out. It's funny, all the Bruce Lee people getting upset. I put that when I wrote that thing about Sage. When I was gonna fight Sage, when I put out the thing about Bruce Lee and The Rock loved it. He responded, he's like, "I love this tough bastard." He like tweeted it back. He follows me. He was like all like, and then after I won the fight, he's like, "Hey, tequila's on me, brother." Like he's giving me all love for it, and I got nothing but love from him too. I'll just just answering a question, man. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing is like, and this is actually something we talk about on the podcast that Gerard was talking about. It's like nowadays it's like hard to, like, one of the best things about people is like that we're all individuals. You know what I mean? Everyone is unique in their own way. Something David Adivo has said is the fact that we're all different is what makes us equal. We all, no one human being is alike. But in today's day and age, it seems a lot like people's individuality is being kind of taken away and stifled because if you don't agree with this thing exactly, it's almost like people are trying to have their opinion match what's popular. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? I mean, you must see. Like,
believe me, there's people I went to high school with where whatever the popular thing is that's the way they have to act and be all about, just because they don't want to have an opinion that's different than anybody else's. Because if you have a different opinion nowadays, it means you're a bad guy all of a sudden. I know it's a lot of reality.
That's silly. That's silly. There's nuance to everything. Everyone is a complex person, and to be like, the fact that people need to fit this cookie cutter thing. No, like people need to be themselves. And that's where innovation comes. And that's where like all the beauties and the artists and everything of this world comes from, is people being themselves and having their own creativity and doing stuff like that. And, it's a shame that there's a war being waged on that. You know what I mean? Like we all gotta make us fall in line. And it's just, I'm not here for it. I believe what you have different, we're all like we all have different like specialties. We all have different attributes, and that's what makes like this world great. And no one's better than a person. No, I'm not better than you. You're not better than the president. The president isn't better than a hobo. Like we're all people. You know what I mean? Like we're all people. We all got different lives and paths and stuff going on. It's like everyone, we got to really like kind of just get along and show some more love for each other, and stop sweating the bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, I agree. I would say all the time, it's like just because somebody has a different opinion on something doesn't mean that person's a bad person at all. Like we're all people. We, all have different backgrounds. But at the end of the day, we have to all get along.
It's obvious. I don't know where this went away. You know what I mean?
Well, we're normal, logical, sane people, I think Mickey said. I think it's the other people that need to get on board.
We're the best, dude. We're the best.
We are the best. This is where we have that Italian background there, that strong Northeast vibes there. All right, Mickey, appreciate all the time. I know you have a workout you have to get to here tonight before you go to bed. So go ahead, plug your social media. If you have any management sponsors you got to give a shout out to, take it away. Floor is yours.
Let's see. Yeah, just at Mickey Gall, and check out the MGGM show. Sponsors. Follow on my Instagram. I'll be shouting out all my sponsors and stuff like that, giving them some love.